Okay, so are you wanting to know all of the matter classification or just the mixtures? All of it? Cool. All right. So, real quick recap. You got matter, right? Matter is anything that has mass, means made of stuff, and takes up space, which means it has volume. So I think I probably swapped those around and don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Matter can be divided into two big groups. One big group are the pure substances. Pure substances are the ones we said they have a uniform composition. What that really means is that all the pieces of particles are the same. Okay. Now, if the particles themselves are just atoms, okay, if it's all one kind of atom, then you have an element. Okay? One kind of atom. And that can be things like pretty much anything on the periodic table of the elements. Those atoms could go around as singles, like an atom of gold. They could go around in simple molecules, like O2. They're going to be bonded together. Okay. The other kind of pure substance you can have, if the pieces are two or more kinds of different kind of atoms that are bonded together, then you've got compounds. Okay? Two or more kinds of atoms. But, very important, they have to be bonded together. So it might be something, right here. It might be something like H2O. Okay, where I've got two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen, bonded together like that. It might be something like CO2, an atom of carbon, onto two atoms of oxygen. Okay. But every piece, in this case, the piece is going to be this thing right here. Okay. Over here, the piece might be this thing right here. Now, if you've got on the other side of the chart over here, where all the pieces are not the same, and you've got different kinds of pieces that are just kind of jumbled all together, you have mixtures. Okay? So variable composition is how we put it, in the notes. They have different pieces. Now this can actually, again, it gets divided out into two different categories. If it is in one phase of matter, then we call this homogeneous mixtures. Another word for that is solutions. Okay? So just one phase of matter or one state of matter. In a solution, the pieces are mixed so well, you can't tell that it's mixture. Okay? Like the air we breathe is a mixture of gases. Yes?
What is the difference between a solution and a compound?
Difference between a solution and a compound, okay? In a solution, the different things in there are not chemically bonded. Okay? So like in the air, for instance, you might have some hydrogen floating around, you might have some oxygen floating around, you might have some nitrogen floating around, etc. But none of these are stuck to each other. Okay? They're just all jumbled. If you think about it like if you had red, green, and blue marbles and you put them all in a jar, you'd have a mixture of marbles. The marbles aren't going to fuse together and make like, marble blobs, which is what you have over here at the compounds. Okay. If your mixture's got more than one phase of matter or more than one state of matter, then it's actually going to be dividable into two more pieces. Okay? And these are going to be heterogeneous mixtures. And they're either going to be colloids or suspensions. Okay? A suspension is very easy to tell that it's a mixture because you've got a big difference in sizes. Okay? And so suspensions tend to, if you don't keep stirring them, they tend to settle out.
I thought the program that you showed us.
Yeah. So like you're going to get layers. This happens with stuff like house paint. This happens with muddy water. Okay, smoking the air eventually after the heat keeps it, the heat dissipates and it's not keeping it in the air. It all kind of settles out. Keeps that to sit on the ground everywhere. Colloids, on the other hand, don't settle. Okay, they're all the pieces are about the same size. So they stay mixed, but you can test for colloids with a strong light. Okay? You can do the Tyndall test. They scatter a beam of light. I fit it in there, check it out. So that's the, probably shouldn't have made that so dang big up on top there. I would have had more treatment. But at a glance, that's classification map and different things. So any questions about that? Does that work? Okay. Stop this one real quick.